Round 8 of BPL 22 getting underway, and it's the Moama Steamers, the top team on the table, up against the 5th place Moreton Bay Pirates. Alex Marshall versus Aaron Sheriff. Could we be more excited? Well, the answer is no. Both in pretty good form. Taddy was doing Taddy things this morning. Omar last night. He was absolutely sensational on this rink, and the match about to get, or has gotten underway. A couple of bowls down at the moment. Matty Bouse leading for Aaron Sheriff, and Ryan Burnett leading for Alex Marshall. On the bench, it's Cass Millerick with coach Kevin Anderson for the Steamers, and when it comes to the Pirates, it's Selena Goddard with Ali Forsyth as the coach. Val Furbo alongside Matt Lucas and Connor Munning. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, we're back again.
It's going to be a cracker, I reckon, Connor.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. Moama Steamers are flying this tournament so far.
Steamers sitting on top of the table, 6-1. Got the win over the Extreme. Melbourne drew the second set, but the Steamers trounced them in the opener to take the win. So they move to a +5 net sets, equal best in the competition. Sydney Lions lost again this morning. The Geelong Jets coming from a set down and winning it in a tiebreak. So they're 5-2. The Perth Suns, a huge win over the Melbourne Pulse. They're also +5 with net sets. The Ospreys also on 4-3 in 4th. The Pirates 4-3 in 5th. The Pioneers and the Jets in 6th and 7th on 4-3. Then we go to the 3s and 4s of the Hawks and the Extreme. The Tridents on 2-5. The Pulse on 2-5. And the Saints, well, they're already 3 wins out of the top 5, -10 net sets on 1 and 6, so things are a little bit more precarious for them. Here is 2 of the best of all time. Aaron Sheriff, 3-time world champion. Alex Marshall, infinite world champion. He's won a lot, plus Com Games, gold medals.
It hasn't taken Omar long, yeah.
Well, on this rink last night, he was special. It was special.
Interesting to see they just go with a bare minimum length to start the game here, and we saw a lot of longer ends in the last game, and perhaps some slightly more wayward bowls, but guys have jumped on pretty quick here.
This is ridiculous.
Just holding our breath there. I think he's touched the jack. He's touched the jack up the line a little bit, and we can't quite see from there. And I'm not sure Ryan Burnett's not all that committal about who has a shot either. He's had another look and not being able to pick it.
Alex Marshall. No way. No way. Oh, what are we watching? What are we watching, Matt Lucas?
That is incredible.
Can't even see the jack on the 45. Aaron Sheriff has killed it. And on the respot, the Steamers hold 2. What an end of bowls. 2-0 to the Steamers to start. That, if that's any indication of what we're about to get.
That was incredible. I'm actually speechless there.
That is one of the best ends I've seen at a BPL. Just trading blows.
I looked straight at Aaron there, and he took his hat off to himself, which is fair play too. And I think there was a few people starting to throw some coins into it. Definitely worth.
There was a rose. I did say that.
You definitely pay money to watch an end like that.
Did see a pair of jocks fly over the fence too.
can they prove it wasn't just a fluke? Slightly longer end this time. Heading back towards the club. Matty Bouse making a nice little correction here on his first bowl. Sneaking up towards the jack. About 8 inches or so. Ryan Burnett on his backhand. It's Jack high with his first. Looks like he's going to marry it up with his second. Matty Bouse getting the respot early. So, pretty good end there from Bousey. Ryan Bennett just resets himself on the mat after seeing a Kane Nelson drive go past his left ear.
Still absolutely catching our breath from that mesmerising first end. We have had some crackers on Rinkside Live in the past. Alex Marshall has featured in a couple of those. I remember back, and I can remember to the round at BPL22 in February, round 14, the Sydney Derby. It was incredible. Saints and Lions dazzled us. And if that's a first end, how is it going to look when they're warmed up and zoned in and attuned to the rink?
I just found that really hard to commentate.
It
was just bowl after bowl after bowl.
There's lots of superlatives that you can use, and I reckon I've gone through a lot of them over my time on Rinkside Live, so I'm starting to repeat, but it was scintillating.
That'll take some dissecting what actually could have happened and should have happened and did happen. And even when Omar's last bowl got the result, I still wasn't sure what was going to happen down the back of the rink. It was just so much happening.
And to make two out of that, it was extraordinary. It really was. And it's just a testament to the quality of these two bowlers.
And the leads as well.
Yes.
They set it up.
They did. It's completely different to the first match, where in this end, the first time around, the Saints and Pioneers managed to find it towards the clubhouse, and away from it, it was a little bit more loose, but complete opposite here this morning.
Yeah, I think, definitely having the jack shorter in the middle of the green, heading towards the road, the players have been able to find that a little bit better, a little bit easier, as Alex Marshall just clips that Moama shot bowl of Matty Bouse. Yeah, important bowl here from Omar. Wants to get another one in around it. He's got to run a bit. Bousey wheeling it on. Could be third shot. Ryan Burnett saying you're a chance to get the jack and the back bowl. If he's playing some weight, I think he needs an edge off Omar's last bowl for that to happen. But if there's a man who can do it.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It pinballed. The old Microsoft game. One more to the Moama Steamers, who have lost just the one match so far. That was to the Sydney Lions in the penultimate game yesterday. 3-0 to the good after two ends. The other matches going on at the moment around Club Pine Rivers, we've got the Hawks and the Lions, the Extreme and the Ospreys, the Pulse and the Tridents, the Pioneers and the Suns, and the Jets and the Saints.
shot there from Ryan Burnett, jumping on with his first bowl.
Good start from Ryan Burnett across this end. Just couldn't find it with the second. Matty Bouse has enjoyed a pretty good start to his BPL career. Just the one loss so far on debut.
Yeah, that's a good little shot as well. Just helping, another one get past the head. I'm sure Omar wouldn't be too displeased with the way that's sort of setting up for him there. He's got a nice little shot on the forehand. And Ryan Burnett trying to shut that down. He's done a great job there, tidying that up. Little tuck around the corner and getting a bowl past as well. That all-important toucher. Of course, that bowl goes into the ditch in between the boundary pegs. It'll still be a live bowl.
So lucky the fact that we get to see these two do what they do. This was a World Championships final just a couple of years ago. Skipped against each other in the fours. Carl Healy skipped the triples against Alex Marshall. And the Steamers looking to get back to their title-winning form. They've been so close to getting to that fourth title before, lost a couple of tie breaks. They won 3 as a franchise. BPL or APL 2. Alex Marshall played in that.
Oh, he's probably even made that. He's made that better.
Yep. There's also BPL 11 and BPL 17. But they've missed the last 3 final series. They made the 18 finals, finished on top of the ladder. Lost in the prelim.
So the Pirates holding 2 here. Taddy with this and 1 more to come. Just hanging out a little bit wide there. Karen Sheriff really just trying to draw the shot here, is he? Sort of chopping and changing hands. He mustn't have liked what he saw on the backhand. His last attempt. He's still interested enough in this. Starting to bend away now. Still 2 shots. Right, Bennett just letting him know that the weight he just played was fine. And if you only have to correct one thing, this guy's every chance of doing it. Starting to turn in now. He definitely corrected his line. He split the middle of it.
Spot on. So we may get the tape out. Kevy's going to call a power play.
Yeah, Ryan Burnett, pretty good pair of eyes. I'll probably back him in if he thinks it's 2.
So we know the Steamers are calling a power play. Kevy's very good with the card. It is a 2. So the Pirates are on the board, 3-2 after 3 in favour of the Steamers, who have double shots on offer. Got Christian Carr in the comments, Matt. Watching from the North Pole, spraying ice pellets up here for a month. Now, I know some people do You know, they like to tell us where they are, and they might not be in that spot. But I'm very intrigued by this. Is there reception up at the North Pole?
Well, there must be.
Yeah. Well, look, that's probably the most northern Ringside Live, or the most north Ringside Live has ever been, and we will never beat that.
Can we get some proof? Can we get a little...
Yeah, send a photo, Christian, to the Bowls Australia Instagram or Facebook.
Not that we don't believe you.
Yeah, I would just like to see. You've piqued our interest. Very intriguing.
You'll have to do it with a photo of the local newspaper with the date on the top as well, just for verification.
Yep. Hopefully no reindeer or elves wandering around.
They'll be busy at the moment, won't they, Bill?
Yeah, true. Matty Bouse, he's busy. Busy drawing shot.
Decorations in the local supermarket the other day.
It's too early. Look, I love Christmas, but come on.
It's nearly November.
Yeah, but still, even that's kind of too early.
I'll get the hot cross buns out on the 1st of January.
My birthday's the 18th of Jan, and I reckon they've started selling Easter stuff beforehand. Like, you can get a bunny in January.
Yeah.
And look, Cadbury Easter chocolate is up there with the very best, but, you know.
Oh, what a great shot, Matty Bouse. Touch unlucky to expose the jack like that, but our markers are having a bit of a day today. They've been spraying everything but the lawn bowls that have touched the jack.
Spray you in a second, Matty.
Talk about Lord Christmas. He's missing the mouth freshener. There's so many puns there.
Yeah. And Alex Marshall needs no more space than that. There we go, straight on the bowl. So I'm seeing a lot, Matt, and as this bowl lies to rest, we'll get the confirmations. So the nickname Captain.
Yes.
And Aaron Sheriff. Where does that come from?
Probably started at Bundoora Bowls Club. I had a season there before moving up to Queensland, and at that time there was a bunch of ads going around. I think it was budget insurance or something like that. There was a character they created called Captain Risky. Very good-looking fellow with big bushy beard and Evel Knievel style kind of a setup. And, because I had a big red flaming beard, they said, you are Captain Risky.
There we go.
That's where it started. And thankfully it's turned just into Captain.
Yep.
So,
I was going to say, did it define your bowling style?
Well, on occasions, yes.
Well, yeah, because Nathan Rice, he goes, you got the captain with you this week. And I actually, because I always just refer to you as Matt, I didn't actually know who he was talking about. And then I go, sorry, who? And he goes, Matty Lucas. I'm like, there you go.
Yeah, I've had a few different nicknames. I used to get Shaggy at Laylaw for about 10 years there, courtesy of JR, Ian Ewing. I'm not even sure he remembered giving it to me as well. That's how good he was going at that stage.
Well, gap found. Power play defended by the Pirates. Final end of the opening set. We will have a winner. And it's 3 apiece. Pirates power play, but it is going to be inconsequential. Does not matter. Double shots on offer. Might help at the end of the tournament if they win the end, but other results going on at the moment. The Hawks and the Lions lock the piece at 3-3 after 3. The Extreme leading 9-0 after the Osprey, over the Ospreys, if you don't mind, after 3 in the opening set. The Tridents leading the Pulse 5-1 after 3. The Pioneers leading the Suns leading the Pioneers 5-1 after 3. And the Jets leading the Saints 3-1 after 3. So the Perth Suns, are they just bolting into contention?
There's something I was just thinking of there. And obviously, Moreton Bay have the power play here, so they want to play an end a little bit shorter of the tee and try and maximise and get a score. Just thinking if they'd already played a power play, end of the first set, we don't see it a lot sort of mat up Jack in the ditch, but we do see it in the tie break. I mean, the result's the same. Well, it's the same scenario, basically, in my book. You've got one opportunity to win the set. It's not something that we see a great deal of. It sort of feels like it has to be a tie break in order to play that kind of shot. But if we're through a piece and there were no power plays in play here, and you've got the mat, why not just take it up and bang it in, win your first set?
Yep, I actually tend to agree with you. I've been thinking, and if I was a coach, I'd be instructing my players to do that because it essentially is a tie-break set. Might as well have a ping at it.
Yeah, and as I said, of course, if you've got a power play, well, you want to maximise that power play, so they're definitely using it correctly here. But yeah, without the power play, I sort of think back. We played a tournament at Helensvale recently where it was sets play, and I remember playing a couple of aggressive shots at the end of the first sets on occasions where I thought, oh well, get it in now, win the first set. See another good shot go in by Taddy there.
Well, he's not overly pleased.
No, and the reason for that is that he's just crossed the centre line, it's got that bit of extra dip, and Omar's about to show us why.
Wow.
Second shot, I think, there from Omar.
Which isn't enough for the set. So it started off really well for the Steamers. 3-zip. And the Pirates have pegged that back. Steamers just with one blemish so far at BPL22.
So the boys identifying there that, Aaron's last bowl basically makes the jack as big as his bowl. And if he puts it over the top of the jack, 2 bowls there of Matty Bouse waiting to receive. Aaron played a magic shot down here in the first end. He's played it perfect again. Oh, I just didn't catch it. Bousey spilt it at first slip.
Hopefully we see a bit of that from the English all summer. But I think the thing is, it's a draw off now. And Aaron Sheriff is going to have last bowl.
Yeah, that's right. So, it'll be... I think if Taddy draws this, they'll probably have 3 seconds, Moama. So, dare say, if he gets a look at it, Omar will probably just be running the bowl. Just going to have a quick look.
I'm favouring, I don't know.
Favouring the jack eye bowl.
Yep. Timeout called.
It must be pretty close.
They called the timeout, said to Aaron Sheriff to have a look. He won't, I don't think. I think he's just going to bowl this.
On the inside, guarantees it, doesn't it? Yeah, that rest off the inside the forehand.
So they think they've got it. This bolt, just to guarantee. It's not going to touch that bowl. And he'll trail the jack just to make sure of it. Aaron Sheriff, take a bow.
I'm not entirely sure that was part of the plan, but
He'll take it.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. He's ridiculous.
You just see Bousey there go, oh, well, or just draw it for 3 or 4, trail it for 3 or 4.
So it was 3 in the end. They win the set 6 shots to 3. Substitute comes on, and 2 substitutes come on. Ali Forsyth injects Selena Goddard, and Kevin Anderson injects Cass Millerick into the game for their first ends. So, first set done and dusted. The Steamers continuing their onslaught on BPL22. Haven't made the finals yet in the 22-team format.
It's interesting. Steamers have gone a longer end. Two of the ends they won last set, those shorter ends that Aaron Sheriff converted.
Yeah, just persisting with this sort of medium to long jack here. You know, I think teams sort of get into their routines a little bit and their set play, and I guess while the scoreboard ticks over and they win the set, there's no reason to go changing it just yet, sort of thing. But I'm with you. They've certainly played those short ends particularly well.
So has everyone. I mean, both those shorter ends, the Pirates were holding on the crossover until Aaron Sheriff converted.
Yeah. And really, like, it's as we said earlier, it's not the end of the world if you're not holding on that crossover. It's more about what sort of shot are you being left. You know, if you're 3 down and they're all on the centre line and your teammates' bowls are sort of short and nowhere, then yeah, you're in a tough spot playing to that head. But you know, if you've got a 2 or 3 bowl target to get to over minimum length, I'm backing Aaron in to impact those, more often. Good shot there from Selena, tipping that bowl over and then getting past as well. Pretty good opening end there for the girls.
Kevin Anderson saying it's a couple of goats walking up the green.
And he's mimicking that child on social media. I think most people will know what that is. Oh, it's just a goat. No. I won't go any further. Alex Marshall.
It gets to a good spot. Aaron pretty stiff to get his back bowl with his last, but it's not stopping him playing another aggressive shot here, trying to get the jack in the ditch.
Close.
Oh, he's absolutely buried on top of it.
My word.
And landed on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin quite rightly pointing out if he hadn't just clipped the back bowl with his first, he'd be lying 2 there.
He's sitting almost next to it. So Alex Marshall's going to have to pull out something special.
He's had a pretty good crack at it.
Yeah, quite a fine effort. How's the weight on this for Aaron Sheriff? I reckon that might be in for 2. Oh, it's fallen out.
I think Selena in motion for 2 down there. Daddy just trying to get a
Oh,
ball
no.
away.
Well,
Yeah.
it's 2 now. No question. And another splendid opening end from Aaron Sheriff, like the first set. And the Steamers, exactly like set number 1, take it 2 with the opening end. It's sometimes you just have to sit back in awe of what Aaron Sheriff continues to do. And I think you look back at the AO this year and he hasn't been as good as previous years in terms of what he's won in the lead-up. There are a couple of eliminations in the 4s and the pairs that he wouldn't have been expecting, going out so early. But the price that he has put on his scalp in singles beggars belief. And I think that this is, obviously we're not part of the mainstream sports in terms of your footies, your crickets, your rugbies and all that sort of stuff. But this is one of the finest sporting achievements in Australian sport.
It'll
to win
never,
4 in a row.
no, it'll just never be done again. And the chances of him going again is as good as anybody.
Yep.
Better than anybody probably.
You'd have to bat, he has to be the favourite to win 5 in a row.
Absolutely.
He's that good, and to win, and you look at the matches that he's won in a row, I think what's he at, 40, he's in the 40s, which is more than what Rafael Nadal ever won at Roland Garros. He won Roland Garros 14 times, but never won that many matches consecutively.
Mm. Yeah, and there's luck in any sport, I know, but there's probably just that touch more luck in lawn bowls than there is in tennis or any of those sorts of games. So it just makes it even more impressive that
Yep.
you're able to continually get back there. And I'm a big believer of long form tournaments like that. You're generally getting really good players playing in the final, so the luck sorts itself out, and yes, good players get bundled out by lesser likes here and there because the old saying, every dog has their day, but every dog only has one day. They don't have 10 days in a row, do they?
No.
So yeah, when you get to the final 4, there's usually really good players in amongst that, but he's just managed to dodge all those dogs having their day. And I'll tell you what, even when they do, he still beats them.
Yep.
He finds a way continually, and it's almost like he's taking it personally now.
Yep. I think that's kind of how you have to treat it.
Yep.
And some athletes I know try and put themselves in that it's me against them mentality. Everyone wants to get me. I'm not going to let them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it seems with Omar. And we had the pleasure of sitting at Helensvale for the semi-final against Cohen Linton. That was one of the most extraordinary matches you'll see. It was almost a carbon copy of last year's decider.
Mm.
And I feel like once he got through that, the title was his.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul Cohen, didn't do
Anything wrong.
Obviously won a lot of fans with the way he played and the way he conducted himself, but poor bugger, he'll be still checking under his bed, making sure Ramo's not under there before he goes to sleep.
But next year, Cohen will have the singles in his sights once again. But Aaron Sheriff, it's seven Australian Open singles titles, 4 in a row, over 1,300 other competitors.
Mm.
That does not happen in any other sport.
Yeah. It's pretty special.
And all 7 against different finalists as well. So it's not been, multiple challenges across the tournaments, yes, but, the semis has often been the one that he struggled to get through. There was the one against Glenn Pitts in 2023 where Pittsy was mightily close and had a lot of opportunities. I think you and I might have been sitting together that day in commentary.
You're opening up some old wounds for some players here.
At the same club as well. Sorry, Algister. Here
He's wounded a lot of players in his time,
Yep.
Omar, so...
Well, can he wound Selena and Alex right now. Cass willing at home. Needs to try and cut it down. And this is a big opportunity for Alex Marshall to try and bring home a 4 and put the Pirates in front.
Taddy down here on his forehand.
Overly pleased with this.
Sort of giving himself a little rap on the knuckles there.
So, not as much harm done. A chance here for it to only be a 2. So the Steamers, I think if it is only 2, they will breathe a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah, kicking himself there. You can see a little bit of body language from Taddy. He would have liked to, if they're only getting away with a 2 here. It is a 3.
Yep. So they're in front, and power play called by Kevin Anderson. So double shots on offer for the Moama Steamers.
So yeah, at least they got the 3 there, and not quite as bad as not converting with the last there for Tats, but heading into the 4th end now. Third end, I should say. And we are having a little change of length. So, Steamers power play, and we're going with that short jack, short mat, short jack, which everybody's found pretty well so far. Heading in the other direction. We'll see how the green reacts in this particular spot, of course. Every green, just about, grass or carpet. Different spots on the green, wherever you sort of lay that jack, you might get a slightly different response with your bowls.
That last end was only the second end that Aaron Sheriff hasn't been able to convert when he's been down on the crossover.
Yeah, and even though he played, they all looked good coming out of his hand. Like he got them away well, and they were consistently. They were all nearly touching each other, his 3 bowls, so I'm sure he would have liked to have made a slight correction, but they still look like they're coming out pretty good. See Cass just urging this one on, sneaking up towards probably 1.5 to 2 feet. So advantage Selena. 1 bowl to play each. Didn't quite get through that one. You can see her kicking the air after letting go of that one.
So we'll have a look once this bowl concludes from Cass Millerick. She'll go around the back. Some of the other results happening around Club Pine Rivers at the moment. First set of the Hawks and Lions went the way of the Gold Coast Hawks. They won that 7-3. Lions leading 2-0 after 1 in the second. The Extreme won the first over the Ospreys 9-2. They lead 2-1 after 2 in the second. The Tridents took the first 5-4 over the Pulse. Pulse leading 3-0 after 1 in the second. The Pioneers and the Suns took the first 7-3 and lead 1-0 in the second. The Jets and the Saints took their second set of the competition over the Jets 7-5. The Jets leading 1-0 in the second set.
So good little ad there from Taddy, not disturbing the head, but this guy draws another shot, picks the pocket again, and makes it quite difficult for Alex to find his way in there. But he's a master at these kind of shots, just finding his way to the jack with the most minimal amount of weight needed. Oh, gosh, I nearly talked him into doing that. See the exasperation on his face after that. He thought he'd done it. Just a little feather off the front bowl, flicks off out of orbit. Aaron Sheriff falls inside the last bowl and gets to a really good spot.
So this is a Steamers power play. Double shots will be on offer. What has Aaron Sheriff got? You are joking.
Oh, he's done it.
You are kidding me. That is stupidly good. 2 doubled to 4. It's the Sheriff show.
And this is nothing against the Pirates. They have led at the crossover for 6 out of the 8 ends so far. And
Really?
it is Aaron Sheriff that has been sensational.
And that's, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm texting our colleagues cutting our highlights. I keep saying that from Sheriff, that from Sheriff, that from Sheriff. And that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he had to play 2 perfect bowls to get that kind of result on that end. That wasn't a gimme at all by any stretch. That was a high degree of difficulty and perfectly executed twice.
6 shots to 3. Power play called by Ali Forsyth. Absolutely in awe of what the man affectionately known as Omar has been able to do this morning. It's quite incredible. He was locked in last night and seems even more so this morning. Never mind that it's against Alex Marshall. Is Kevy just frightened the hell out of you there, Connor?
Yeah, nearly tried to turn off the whole stream.
I'm not sure why he would when his team is absolutely dominating it. That would be funny. In a way. We'd also pull our hair out. So again, Selena just on the money. We saw how proficient she was at the Australian Open. We spoke about it yesterday, that final end in the pairs final, but she's so calm and collected in that front spot. Gives her skips something to play to. You favour that for probably very close to 2 at the moment.
Once again, the Pirates holding shot when Aaron Sheriff goes to the mat.
Yeah, a smidge more room than he had last end.
Too much room, Matt.
Yeah, perhaps. And, you know, you just look at the last 4 bowls he's played down that way have all been basically 2 feet to 2.5 feet short. And, you know, sometimes it's just the direction. It might be just 2 feet, you know, slower heading back that way. It's not the easiest to try and correct, you know, those small margins. Sometimes it takes just a little bit of a movement on the mat. Slightly different delivery, just making sure you're committing to it a little bit more. Potentially even the way the bowl's turning, so the more it turns, the longer the distance it's travelling, you know, the more force you need to get it all the way to the jack. So we see Taddy not having an issue with that. It sits the one right alongside the jack. Making up his mind whether or not he wants to. Can he use a timeout?
If you had it, call the count. Not if you'd right to it.
You might have heard Kevin Anderson in the effects mic there saying if you want to hit it, nominate the kill.
Nominated to kill.
And he has, yep. Ball on the way. Looks pretty good. Oh, he's just clipped it. The jack's moved forward. Oh, and as it comes to rest, it looks like still 2-1 or 2.
2 to Marco's indicated.
2 to Moreton Bay.
Which will double to 4.
Wow. And Taddy with a bowl to play. Yeah, it looks like he'll probably draw this on the backhand. Make sure he takes his grass and trying to beat Omar's bowl just in behind. And drop him for a 3, which will go to 6. This is a huge bowl in the context of the set. Wants it to bend. Oh, he's played it pretty good. Smidgen over.
So that'll be a 2 for the Moreton Bay Pirates, which doubles to 4, and a substitute has been made by the Moama Steamers, so Cassandra Millerick. Coming back to the bench, Matty Bowes back on for the Steamers.
7 shots to 6. Doesn't really matter whether they're 1 down or even for Steamers. The equation is simple. Win the end. Win the match. High scoring second set. Moama desperate to keep their distance and their gap to the rest of the competition. And I'll tell you what, if the Sydney Lions fall victim to the Gold Coast Hawks, which could very well happen, because the Hawks won the first set 7-3, the Lions lead 5-1 in the second, but should they lose and the Steamers win, it's 7-1 now, so it looks like that's going to a tie-break. So they could possibly have, if they win, a 2-win gap at the top of the table after just 8 rounds. Things can change quickly, but you always want to give yourself that insurance. Big chance, with a couple of ends to go for the Extreme to try and knock the Ospreys off as well.
Great shot there from Selena. She has lit up extremely well. Matty Bowes just slightly overplaying that perhaps, but if anything, it just starts to dictate the kind of speed that they're going to be playing for the rest of the end. You know, landing that bowl or trailing the jack back towards Bowsey's bowl there. Selena trying to tidy this up on the forehand, just hanging out.
Yeah, Aaron Sheriff to say, just attack.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yep, might as well.
While it's there. Matty Bouse, no stranger to these kinds of shots.
Bang.
Oh,
But
frightfully unlucky.
Jack doesn't, and only moves sideways. Kind of covered away now, but back Omar in to draw it the way he's played. Up next, the Geelong Jets and Melbourne Extreme at 11:30 a.m. local time, which is in 23 minutes, so we'll have a quick break. And then back into the next contest, which should be quite good. Both teams really fighting to hang in with that top 5. Extreme look like they're going to a tie-break against the Ospreys as well. That's good from Alex Marshall.
Lovely shot in behind the jack. No real sort of ledge for Omar to use. But he hasn't needed too many ledges so far.
Has he done it again? Has he done it again? Not quite. Not quite, but what a sighter.
Just going through with that second attempt. Oh, catching a little edge and just getting that a little bit too fat. If he a little bit thinner, might have actually got in there and snuck in on the jack. But Moreton Bay using a timeout here to discuss the head, and this is essentially about trying to make, how do we make this as difficult as possible for Aaron Sheriff and his last bowl. I didn't quite get the communication happening there, but it might be a covering bowl or... Yeah, by the looks of things, he's trying to get down to the back. I think, you know, potentially they might have been talking about trying to just either chock it up in the front, put a bowl sort of right in Omar's way, or potentially touch the jack themselves. But looks like Omar saying he wants to play the cute weight at this, so potentially turning his own bowl over, or even finding the gap between his bowl and the jack, resting on Alex Marshall's bowl.
So, to win the match for the Moama Steamers, Aaron Sheriff, we are going to a tie-break. It's 1 to the Pirates.
Well, that was the first time in this game, I think, that I've seen that Aaron sort of deliver a bowl and then just give up on it. It's been so good.
Yep. So, everyone back onto the rink. 2 bowl triples, 1 end to separate. Who wins this contest? The Lions and the Hawks have gone to 1 as well. And it is Mats to the Pirates. And we're not going to see Jack in the pit. Unless Selena has a little run at this.
No,
but it looks too far.
It's a short jack, so... Interesting play. Knowing Selena, no, she's quite handy with that little running shot.
Yep.
I might have been... I'm more in the camp of just have a crack.
Captain Risky.
Yeah.
Captain Risky.
Well,
I love it.
I think especially when you get to spot the jack and lay your mat, like you know what the distance is going to be. It's not like you have to roll the jack there and you could lose the jack. So yeah, pop it up there and take the bit between the teeth and win the game.
Well, this is a good start from Cass Millerick.
Selena Goddard, though. This will be her 6th end for the game, and she has won 5 of them against her opponent.
It's quite incredible.
What a great shot. Great shot. And gets the toucher. That's so important. Jack sort of looks loaded to leave the rink if there's any weight played at it at this stage. Probably hard to see that staying inbounds if there's a running shot played at it at the moment. But Cass trying to tuck that around the corner to her first bowl.
It's as if you predicted that before, Connor.
Oh, his stats don't lie.
No?
Yeah.
Nostradamus.
It's Marshall Coyne, Ryan Bennett come to the right back to the end of the rink.
And he's landed in a pretty good spot. It seems as though it would be... the stats are fairly even in terms of ends won and so on. They've won 5 each, but it seems as though the Steamers have just had all of the momentum thanks to Aaron Sheriff. But the Pirates, it just doesn't feel like they've been ahead of the 8 ball at all, and they might come out of this with the win. They're holding game at the moment.
You only have to be in front when the siren goes, mate.
That's exactly right. The Extreme and Ospreys are going to a tiebreak. The Extreme have the mat, so it'll come down to Aaron Tees at the end, if they're not holding already. Hawks holding against the Lions. That's big from Matty Bouse.
It's a huge shot.
Number 1-2.
Yeah, Omar saying, and probably a bit hard to see from the camera angle there, but Omar saying that he was even a chance to clip that bowl off clean through the hole. And gee, he had a real crack at it, didn't he?
It's Alex Marshall. Nathan Black has played a bomb next door. My word, he loves this club.
Bit of room there for Nicky Brett by the looks of things, but I don't know how many bowls they've got left. Might have 2 cracks at this, Nicky. No,
He's got one
only
more.
one.
Last one.
Yep.
So, down 1, Aaron Sheriff. Will it come down to his last, or will he do it now? Will he do it now? He will. My word, he'll do it now.
So much difference in that bowl falling over or standing up. Just becomes a little bit more difficult now for Taddy to get to that jack.
Timeout called. And I believe... Did Nick Brett just draw that shot? I reckon he did. Quite sure. I think I saw one paddle up for the Hawks. They look pretty jovial.
Yeah, there were more sort of high fives than low fives.
Yeah. Alex Marshall with weight. Misses. And it is the Steamers that continue their onslaught on BPL22. They are 7-1. And if our vision or our thoughts are correct, they might just have a 2-win gap at the top of the table, which will ensure them a very, very handy spot going into the evening session tonight. They are looking ever so good, the Moama Steamers. They win it in a tiebreak over the Moreton Bay Pirates. We built it up as a classic, and that's exactly what it was. Moama move through with the victory. Matty Bass, Cass Millerick, and Aaron Sheriff with their coach, Kevin Anderson. We've got about 13 minutes time before our next match, which will be between the Jets and the Extreme. And the Extreme currently holding against the Ospreys in the tiebreak at the moment. Has that changed? I'm not quite sure. Matt Lucas, thank you very much.
Pleasure, as always, mate.
Looking forward to the next game. And Connor Munnings, thank you as well.
Yeah, thank you, Val. Next game should be a cracker.
Cannot wait. There'll be huge ramifications on the loser of that one. That's for sure. Val Feber, Connor Munnings and Matt Lucas signing off from Club Pine Rivers. We'll see you in 10 minutes.